You Are Not Late by Jason Gray, January 18, 2026, 6026, Analucis, in the Year of Light. Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Almost everyone carries a private ache they rarely admit to themselves, a feeling that something essential should have already happened, a sense that life began somewhere else, earlier, for other people, a quiet panic that time is running out and no one told you when the clock started. This belief does not scream, it murmurs. It murmurs when you see someone younger doing what you hoped to do. It murmurs when you remember an old version of yourself who believed things would be different by now. It murmurs when you wake up with a heaviness you cannot trace to a single cause. It turns time into a verdict. This belief is not wisdom. It is not intuition. It is a story born from comparison, repeated so often it feels like truth. Time has never accused you. Time has never measured you. Time has never whispered that you're behind. Only systems do that. Only cultures do that. Only fear does that. Reality does not. The idea that you are late assumes something deeply flawed at its core, that life follows a single correct timeline and that you missed it, that there was a doorway you should have walked through years ago, that the moment has passed, that the version of you who mattered most failed to arrive on time. Lives are not schedules, they are processes of ripening. Nothing in nature blooms because it should have already bloomed. Nothing grows faster because it feels ashamed of its pace. A seed does not apologize for winter. A tree does not rush its rings, and you are not exempt from this law simply because you can think about time. Human lives do not unfold in straight lines. They unfold in spirals. We return to the same questions again and again, but each time with more capacity, more context, more nervous system stability, more truth. What looks like delay from the outside is often integration on the inside. What feels like stagnation is often reorganization at the roots. What appears to be lost time is frequently time spent becoming able to hold what is coming. The most important transformations almost never look impressive while they are happening. No one applauds the moment you learn how to sit with discomfort instead of escaping it. No one celebrates the day you stop abandoning yourself to keep the peace. No one witnesses the quiet courage it takes to admit that a dream no longer fits. Those moments determine the rest of your life. The belief that you are late creates a subtle form of inner violence. It turns reflection into self attack. It turns patience into self betrayal. It turns rest into guilt. It pressures you to rush decisions before they are embodied. It pushes you to accept lives that do not fit just to feel caught up. It convinces you to trade depth for momentum. Momentum without alignment is not progress, it is drift. Becoming yourself is not an accomplishment. It is not a finish line. It is not something you win by arriving early. It is a relationship with timing, and timing does not live in the mind, it lives in the body. You can intellectually understand something long before your nervous system can live it. You can see the truth years before you are able to remain present inside it. This is not failure. This is intelligence beneath language. People who move too early often spend decades repairing what they rushed into. They mistake speed for readiness, visibility for coherence, and arrival for fulfillment. People who move when ready move quietly, but they do not move back. The mind wants certainty about the future. The body wants safety in the present. When those two finally align, Action does not feel forced, it feels obvious. This is why comparison wounds so deeply. You are measuring your invisible inner integration against someone else's visible outer expression. You are comparing depth to display, timing to performance. You cannot see what it cost them to arrive where they are. You cannot see what it took, they cannot see what it took you to become who you are now. Different histories, different nervous systems, different thresholds, same worth. If you had arrived earlier, you would not be you. You would be less discerning, less grounded, less capable of holding ambiguity without collapsing, less able to stay present when things matter most. The pauses that frustrated you refined you. The delays that angered you protected you. The moments you thought you were falling behind were often moments where something essential was being quietly woven into you. You were not being punished. You were being prepared. You were not late to life. You were arriving exactly when you can finally stay. Stay present instead of disassociating. Stay honest instead of performing. Stay aligned instead of chasing. When you release the belief that you are behind, something softens in the chest. Urgency loses its grip. Shame loses its leverage. Choices become clean. From that place, life often accelerates, not because you are pushing, but because you are no longer resisting your own timing. Time was never running out on you, it was waiting for you to arrive whole. You were never meant to arrive early, you were meant to arrive integrated. You were not late. You were finally ready to live what you have become. Jason Gray. I really connect to that piece. Oftentimes in my life, I've felt like I was late or like my life wasn't enough or it should have been something that I thought it should be. But I find that things go most synchronistically and best for me when I have the ability to give things to a higher power, give my will to a higher power, and give my understanding, let it loosen and let the grip on life release and give the process and the order of timing over to a God of your understanding. Doing that can be so freeing because oftentimes I think that we think that we're capable of planning things and we know what's best and we know how things should turn out. But life and existence is so much greater than just our little minds. And when we can give our will and timing over to a power greater than ourselves, a power outside of ourselves, for me, I do find that things happen in a way and with so much more beauty than I could have ever planned. And it feels much more meant to be than if I plan something out really well and execute that. So, yeah, I know that there's some people in my life that can really use this message. So I wanted to make sure I read this reading because I think it's something that everyone can really relate to. Thank you for being here with me.